You put a lot more thought into this than I did. I want to throw a disc and then shout at it.
Well, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Susan was a great dog.
Susan was a glorious dog.
But the wind.
It could be
Never get a game, a disc golf in Antarctica, because you'd be like, it's gone.
You know, like when Lee's about to throw and you've took like 2 steps forward and 2 to the right, you think he's going to late release this. I'm getting this square in the dick.
Every single time.
Every single time. We
Don't Google it.
Get some very
It just broke. I broke myself.
That's brilliant.
I was like, let's just play this hole. And you were all like, nah.
This disc flew like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. It was upside down at one point. It turned like...
You're like, and honestly, I wish I'd have got you to see it. It was unreal.
That's brilliant when he just like, I need to make this putt, and he just throws the whole bag in the basket. It's really funny. I can't help but laugh.
It really went the other way. Every time you threw it, you'd be like, what's going that way?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of ages, and welcome to Disc-Heads, an amateur disc golf podcast. And today it is episode 5, and that is Bye Bye Bedworth, Volume 2, the second part to our part 1. If you haven't listened to part 1, go back and listen to it because we have some amazing news. Because part 2, we're going to basically diverse a little bit more into it, I think. But without further ado, I'm one of your co-hosts, Lee. Sitting across from the table from me is my good friend Ben. How you doing, Ben?
I'm good.
Okay, and then the man with the plan, the producer, the whole man behind this podcast. Insert Halo music. Dan, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Lee. Yourself?
I'm really good. I'm excited to kind of talk more about the madness in Suits, but I feel like there's more to it this week. So I've done a little bit of homework. Because last episode you told me there's no segments or anything, and I was like, that's an hour of my life I'm not going to get back. So I've kind of held back a little bit this week. But what have we got planned?
Well, you're correct. It is season 3, episode 5.
5?
Or also known as episode 25.
Exactly. Well, I was like, I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm pretty positive it was 5.
Yeah, so it's Bye Bye Bedworth Part 2.
Yeah.
We've got our segments back. Disc of the Week, Target Acquired, Beginner Tip and Dodgy Rules. We're going to talk about our worst disc golf memories from Bedworth, our favourite memories, and the best hole. But firstly,
yes,
we went to a tournament.
We did.
And typically we try and do several segments about a tournament after we've visited it. But
yes,
in this case, we're not. And that's not because it wasn't a good tournament.
No.
I was dreading it because it was at Gillies.
It was.
But it was a fun.
It was a great one. It was done by our good friend Andrew Gow. Is it Gauss? Dowse. Sorry, Andrew. And he does an amazing tournament every year, pretty much, called Fling at Gillies. And yeah, Rich, myself, and Dan went to it. Not Ben, obviously, for reasons. If you're a loyal listener, you know why. Yeah, I had a fantastic time. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, no, great. Great cards, great tournament overall. Just little things make the Gillies tournament. And
okay.
What Andy does, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't take him up on his free crisps or chocolate offer because I took crisps and chocolate of my own.
Same here.
Bought free crisps, free chocolate, some sweeties. The trophies looked good. There's a trophy for every group. Yep. You know, there's a lot going on with Andy's tournaments.
Yeah, there is.
Lunch was short.
It was.
But that made it good because you got the day done and dusted by about 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah, because I think the interesting thing as well, because it's in winter time, it gets dark stupidly quick, and the temperature changed very quickly as well, I would say, because it was quite fresh anyway on the day. But like I would say around 3 o'clock, it definitely changed. Like the temperature definitely dipped. But yeah, I had a great 2 cards that I was a part of. I had Connor from Disc Shenanigans. He was on my first card with Martin and Jay. Martin had been playing for many, many years, and Jay had only been playing for a couple of months. So it was really cool to have, you know, fellow YouTuber on the card as well as, you know, new and old players. And then card 2, I was with Psychic Phil from part of the Bedworth Sunrise Boys. Shout out to you, Phil, for teaching me how to play Gillies correctly, because he was playing. He had a phenomenal round. And I forget the gentleman. Sam. That was it. Sam from. He was part of. Was it when? Where did we play? Where we were next to? We had a match play there, and they just had a course, and we went there, and it was the next to the wakeboard stuff. Dan, I'm terrible with names.
It's called the Wake, Spot on Wake.
Spot on Wake, yeah. So basically, there was a group of those guys there who basically run that course, and Sam was one of them. He basically is one of the wakeboard instructors.
Oh, okay, sweet.
And so, yeah, he hadn't been playing for a long time, and yeah, the second card was super sound. You know, we were the bottom of the table effectively, so it was like no pressure, go have fun, and pretty much we did. It was sick. Fantastic event as always. No issues with my card or anything like that. We had a fantastic time. All of us had some great shots, some bad shots, and some holes to forget because it's Gillies. So broke in more discs, so had a blast. What about you, Dan? Go on. I've ranted. I've got it as quickly as possible. Nugget size right there for you.
I had a great time. Both my cards were fun. My second card were a couple of amateurs. They were good lads. One of them hadn't played for that long, and he was pretty good. Both from Manchester. No, one was from. One was from Manchester.
Okay.
And the other one was from Quarry Parkway.
Okay.
On the first round, I played with some people that were better than me.
Fair.
I played with an MA3, an MA1, and a pro.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of the pro's name, and it's annoying me that I've forgotten it because he was a really good guy.
Okay.
What was his name, Lee?
Was he the gentleman sponsored by Casterplast?
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name, but I know the gentleman. If you tell me his face, yes, you'd
If
know.
I tell you his face.
If I saw his face, I'd be like, yes, I know you.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, there we go.
But if I tell you,
his face, what he looks like. This is what he looks like.
Well, his nose was slightly rounded.
You know.
About average size.
Yes, he was okay. No, I'm trying to remember who. Oh yeah,
You don't know.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Basically, you don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We're terrible.
And it's annoying me because
I'm trying to find out right now.
I do know, and we've spoke about him before, and he's a good guy.
It's all right. You forgot.
But I forgot. But what I found good was first 3 holes. I was keeping up with him,
Okay, that's good.
and my brain was like, "Yeah, this is the day. This is the day when you piss on everyone's cornflakes." But by the end of hole 6, I was like, "No, today's not the day."
Okay, okay.
But yeah, we everyone was hitting the same score for the first 2-3 holes. He complimented some of my shots, and yeah, and I got a lot of compliments about my approach play and my putting play. All in all, a good day.
Good. Yeah, I feel like it ran smoothly, and it was just really good fun. Like we've always said, we've always had trials and tribulations, should we say, at Gillies, but it was really good fun to go there because obviously we were excited to go. Yeah, let's go and have some fun. We know it's going to be challenging, but yeah, I think we got enough practice in our rounds before we went and did that tournament. We knew what discs we were going to throw and what we were going to get into. So
This is going to bug me for the rest of the night as well because it's one of them things where I've got the name Greg in my head and he's 100% not Greg.
no, it's not great.
Like, I can't think of any other name but Greg.
Right, I found the things for the pros. 1 second. Is
It's
it
Harry Messenger.
Harry?
It's Harry Messenger.
Harry Messenger. There we go.
It's Greg Wallace.
I remembered before you told me.
There we go. Sorted. We remembered. Sorry, Harry, if you ever listen to this.
Greg Wallace.
Really nice bloke. Greg. Found it. There we go.
MasterChef
Perfect.
and disc
Yeah.
golf.
So bye Bedworth.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with the worst, because then the rest of the cast is gonna be about celebrating Bedworth. So I asked Richard what his worst memory was, and he said scoring like a +32 in the rain.
Oh, I remember that round. That was in the nicest way possible. Even Rich would laugh at this. It was a round of misery. It wasn't fun for anyone. We did not have a blast. It was pretty bad shot after bad shot after bad shot. It was like you couldn't have threw an unfortunate, terrible round.
Yeah.
Like it was just, yeah.
And it's one thing playing in the rain. It's another thing doing shit in the rain.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
my worst memory is losing my cowboy disc.
Yeah.
So my brother had
Fair.
for my 40th, my brother had a disc imported from America. He had a really nice stamp put on it that matched my tattoo I've got on my shoulder. It's like a cowboy within some smoke. And I went down on my own through some discs. For whatever reason, didn't pick up my cowboy. I've been absolutely gutted since. And some person,
an individual.
Now has it.
Yeah. It's the same with me and my river. I left my
Yeah.
river there and I was throwing that banging and I threw it so well that I forgot to pick it up. Yeah, that's probably one of my saddest memories of Bedworth is losing the river there just because I forgot to pick it up. Yeah, Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Debbie
Got Ben.
It's between two.
Yeah.
Either when I f***ed my finger up and I ended up hurting my hand for like a week,
Yeah.
or when I threw my river onto the train track.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
yes.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah. See,
That was a pretty cool disc.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was just gone.
Bedworth eating discs. So speaking about losing discs,
Yes.
our dodgy rule this week, and we have spoke about this one before.
Ooh.
But insert jingle here.
A dodgy rule, you say? Yeah, love a good dodgy rule.
Yeah, love a good dodgy rule. So
Okay.
we spoke about this when we had the conversation about inking discs when you started to
Yes.
draw on them.
And I still do. To this day.
But we never actually done it as a dodgy rule. So I want to see what your opinion is of it.
Okay.
As a rule.
So this is an official rule.
Official rule.
So I'm going to either say yay or nay on it, but it's an official rule.
Doesn't matter if you say yay or nay on it or not.
It's a rule, Lee.
You have to write your name on a disc.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the rule.
You
I find it. Yeah, you have to write your name on a disc.
That's in the rules.
It's in the rules.
It's in the rules.
If you threw a disc
Yeah.
and your name's not in it,
Okay.
I can go you, Lee. That don't count.
Yeah, I know. I've realised this with a few of mine where I've done the artwork on them and then underneath I've gone like, oh, that's fine. But a few of my see-through discs I'm now worried about because I've now got the idea of I'm doing artwork on there and my name has to be on that.
Well,
That's unfortunate.
Well, with your see-through discs, you're right. Passes that.
You write it on the beam, don't you?
Yeah.
You're right on the
Here we
edge.
go. Like
bit
I've
there.
done that. Like I've done with
Yeah.
the crash one right there.
But I don't know if all my even because I've had some new ones. I don't know if they've got names on.
My Sphere doesn't have my name on it, so I've been throwing an illegal disc then.
yeah, throwing them illegal if you're not putting your names on them.
Filthy casually. Gosh.
But could you imagine that happening? Like, I want to go to like Gannonburg, but like, show me your name in all your discs.
Mate. To be honest, that would be interesting. Yeah.
Well, there's several points to be made here.
Okay.
But if you're Paul Macbeth, and you're
Okay.
throwing a Paul Macbeth tour disc,
Okay. Because your name's already on it.
yeah, do you get to go where my name's on it?
So if you're throwing your custom discs with your name or your company on it, yeah.
I
Well,
think
it
you
does
have
say-
to have your name on it.
It does say name or marker.
Okay.
So again, could you put a disc-head stamp in it?
Could. I'm looking into that, by the way, boys. I've found a cool way of branding the disc, which looks really freaking cool. Like, underneath the discs. I saw a guy did it for his whole club, and I was like, I want one of these, and if I can make the logo perfect for a stamp, yeah, every disc we get will be little thing on it. Look cool. Little brand.
But it's a bit of a, for me, it's a bit of a dodgy rule.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm never called up on it, because I think I will just like tell someone to f*** off.
Okay.
But
Because it's like you've got to put your name in it, but people put their names in it and their mobile numbers just in case they lose the disc, so people can phone them and be like, "I found your disc."
yeah,
And it's happened to a few of us. Ben, someone found your Berg. Psychic Phil, who I played at Fling with, he found your Berg because, funny enough, your name was in it, and he give you a call.
That wasn't my Berg.
Wasn't he? Oh, what was it? Yeah,
That was my
was it America?
Thunderbird. That was my original America.
Original America.
I really want another Thunderbird.
And I got mine back from, I think Greg. I think his name was Greg. I'm pretty sure I said
Greg Wallace
Greg Wallace. From the guys up at
from MasterChef.
Yeah. When I received my genius back. Jeez Louise, you broke me.
The only reason I could think that this rule exists
Okay.
is if me and Paige Pierce were playing together
Right.
and we both threw the
Same colour disc.
same
everything.
same zombie, let's just say.
And you shanked yours into the bush and she threw hers for an ace. You'd go,
Yeah.
well, that one's mine.
That was mine, and they have to like check it that it says Paige Pierce on the box. It's the
Ooh.
only reason I can think of.
Okay. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that dodgy rule, but also, yeah. I always thought it was just in case you
like
lost
etiquette.
it. Yeah. Like
Can you imagine if they did it in any other sport?
What, on a
Like-
football?
Yeah.
No, you can put it on a football kit.
Like, no, I mean, it was obviously on their kit, but can you imagine like if like that's write the name in all their kit?
Or a football.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, Ronaldo, I want to see your name in your boots, mate.
Mate, where's your name
That
tag
goal-
on your
that-
socks?
That goal don't count, mate.
No, you kicked a ball without your name in your shoes. Like, come on, mate. Interesting. Dodgy rule. Like it.
Dodgy
Interesting.
rules.
Dodgy rules.
So
Right.
let's start with Richard again.
Okay. We're going back to Bedworth.
Go back to Bedworth.
Da, 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 da.
Well, we're not, and that's what we're doing by Bedworth.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, let's go back to Bedworth as far as topic's concerned.
Our topic of Bedworth.
And I've scrolled so far up this chat that I have no idea where he is. So, Richard's number 3
Right.
is...
So this is his 3 favourite moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, he's number 3. So no, this is just Richard's number 3.
So
we're
number
gonna go
3.
around and
So we're
just
going
do our
number
threes.
3s. Okay.
Yeah. So he's got nearly having an ace on hole 8
Yes.
on his video
Yeah.
when he was on his own.
Yeah, we need that footage so we can put it on a short. That'd be really cool to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think my number 3. Let's do it. Let's.
Wait a minute, I thought you'd done an hour's own work. Where's your hour's own work from last week?
Well, I have too many than 3, so I'm trying to feel. Yeah. Okay. It's not an ace, but it is driving under the basket with my DD3, which I no longer throw because I don't have the arm speed. On which is the hole with the bunker just before the hole.
The whole of the bunk. Oh, yeah, I know what
you
you
know.
mean.
Hole 7.
7.
7, yeah. Hole 7, driving that and literally hitting the top of the bunker and it just resting on the lip and then just basically me picking up and putting in for a birdie.
Yeah.
That's probably hole number 3 because that's probably the nicest flight I've seen of a driver ever, and it was really, really nice. That was one of them.
Come on, Ben, what's your number 3?
Birdie in hole 7.
Yeah.
When that leopard landed like on the hill. I can't think words today.
Exactly like mine.
He landed
Basically
It's just
exactly the same, yeah.
The same as ours.
Yeah.
Having a good driver just
It was
landing
good.
on the hill.
It was a good 3 moment.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's gone for personal disc throwing moments, apart from me.
Oh, okay.
My number 3 is Teenage Fight Club.
Teenage Fight Club. Yep.
It was me and you, weren't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
So-
of this.
Teenage Fight Club was so good.
Went for a round in the summer, and there was like so many kids on hole 14. And we
And
were
this
just
is on the
like,
hill,
They
isn't
had
it?
gloves and everything.
yeah, and at first we're just like, oh, we just won't play it. But then as we went to walk by,
Yeah.
we established what was going on, and they had like boxing gloves, and they were like bringing his like, you are gonna fight him, and there's just like there's an announcer and a referee.
So it was kind of like these
Um,
YouTube fights you see. That's
It was pretty good, actually. They had a ref. They had coaches.
a guy announcing.
It was pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then
The ref was pretty good, actually.
And they just
Yeah.
literally went for each other on hole 14.
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing.
It was great.
And while me and Ben are trying to establish what's going on, there's just these 2 stoners sat there. And we're like, you're right. It's like, yeah, down here watching this.
It was
mean,
actually amazing.
That's insane. What a mad moment to have.
And they were at it for ages. But
Yeah.
like, we thought, oh, we just play the rest of the holes, come back, and we're, you
Yeah.
know, the fight will be over. But no, 2 more guys got into the ring, and then 2 more. It's like,
What the heck?
unreal, mate.
That's definitely different. That's definitely different. I know you told me this, but I still can't. I completely forgot about that moment.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Teenage Fight Club was amazing.
Teenage Fight Club.
I was there.
I was there.
I was there for 2
It was great.
That's mad.
Time for our next segment.
Yeah. Okay.
Disc of the week.
Disc of the week.
My disc of the week, because I never get to go first, so I'm going to go first this
Ooh,
week.
okay.
I probably do get to go first, but
Okay.
not in recent memory. So I'm going with the Innova It. It's a 7-speed, 6 glide, -2.1. When I first threw this disc, Richard won it in the raffle.
Right.
And he gave it to me because I didn't get a disc. I got the little basket, and Richard won the bag and 2 discs and a £25 voucher all in the same tournament. He was like, "Here, have one of my discs." So I had the Innova It. And
It's a good disc.
it bends off to the right. Well, when I throw it anyway. And at first I was like, "Oh, I don't like that," because it wasn't doing what every other disc in my bag does. And then
Surely that's good.
and I've established that it's really good that it bends off to the right, and it came into use at Gillies so many times, and on our officially first designed hole, it's come into use on Sunday as well when I had to bend round to the right. So
Okay.
I have now got a disc that bends to the right.
Cool.
So sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Innova It.
The Innova It.
Yeah, it's good. I've got one of them.
Where you going with, Ben?
Honestly, I don't know. I've done them all about twice.
About twice.
And also, you've not really been throwing that much recently.
No. Could give the Berg another mention because it's pretty good at rolling.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
have been rolling that Berg real
Do
well.
love a little Berg roll.
Mate, when you rolled it down the tunnel shot on Sunday,
Yeah.
mate. I mean, the first time it was disappointing that it clipped that tree like halfway down. The second time, you're like, yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Flying through these today.
It's true. Udis has decided to kick me out, so I can't remember my login for it. So I'm going to go with the Raptor, because I haven't said that in a while. I've been throwing that quite well. Forget the numbers. They're on the screen now on YouTube. I know it's a 9, and if you throw it, it goes heavily to the left. It's very unique. It's very good for those specific shots. You throw it right, it will come hard left. So it's very, very good for those kind of shots. I really like the Raptor. It's just one of those discs which it's like, I think it's a very good utility disc because you know exactly what it does. You can look it up on YouTube and everyone says it does this, and yeah, it does that extremely well. So it's a very good disc to have in your arsenal. If you want a disc that really goes left, the Raptor by Discraft.
Sweet.
While I try and figure out where everything's gone. Here we go.
So, next round of best disc golf moments at Bedworth. Richard's number 2 is his biggest ever drive off the top of the hill on hole 15, which he measured out at 110 metres.
Oh la la.
That was a big drive. I remember that day. 'Cause I remember him not only pacing it, but we working the maths out with using the watch. And do we have the watch? Either the watch or UDIS. We used one of the two. I think we had the watch. But yeah, big drives. Big drives. Richard's gone for all personal achievements.
Yeah,
I have definitely
I have
not.
mixed it up.
Yeah.
Just don't steal my one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, as I say, I've got different ones.
That's my big one.
Yeah, well, I think that gets top spot, but we'll get to that segment.
Okay.
Go on, Lee, what's your number 2?
I'm going to say number 2, it's kind of joint because you guys weren't there for it, which was really unfortunate. So hole 3, you know where the stump is? Where if you throw up the hill, you've got the stump/bush really far to the right of the pin. So you know when you go up the hill, you know the basket's on the small hill, isn't it? If you've driven and you've gone right, there's normally like a tree stump and a big bush there, isn't there? When it's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly.
The opposite side to the silver birch.
Not actually anywhere near the fairway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowhere near there. I threw my rubbery berg from there into the basket for a birdie and scared a dog walker. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite birdies on that hole. It was very memorable just because I was like, I threw it and I was like, that might have a chance, and then it went in and I was like, holy cow, that's great. And that was the only thing I remember on that hole. On that round, that was good because I was just throwing a load of fun stuff. So But yeah, definitely that is one of my favourite moments. That'll be number 2. Definitely number 2.
Sweet, Ben.
Hole 15.
Yep.
Back in whichever summer it was. Some kids had set up a den
I'd forgotten about this.
under the tree. And they were sat there.
Yep.
And then they got to experience what it was like to live in Iraq in 2005.
Gosh darn it. Yeah.
Because that disc that I threw came smashing through the den.
Mate, that
Right.
thing had evil intentions. I forgot about that. Yeah. That was mad.
Mate, it broke part there then.
It literally,
It literally
flew
obliterated
in. It
the den.
did. It went in like a Predator missile from Call of Duty.
It went through the den.
Mate,
Yeah.
there were some scared kids.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were terrified.
That was iconic.
It was iconic.
That was brilliant.
But I didn't hit anyone, so it's all good. But it
It's
was
true.
very funny.
They see, I debated my number 2 for a fair bit. But I think it's my first birdie to memory. I may be corrected and be told, oh no, you got a birdie here. But the first birdie that I remember getting was on hole 9. And it's a par 4. And I always remember basically, it was the first time I got a really good drive off hole 9. And this wasn't when we were good either. This was like pure fluke. You know, now I can birdie 9 on a regular.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely banging drive. Second shot round the corner to about the edge of the bunker, and then a really big putt. And got that birdie. And as I say, it may not be my first ever birdie, but it was definitely my first par 4 birdie. And that made me feel like I knew what the f*** I was doing.
Well, I can't remember the shots I've taken, really, so I'm not going to remember whether you got a birdie before that one or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, scoring my first birdie to memory.
Yep. Fair.
Next segment. Target acquired.
Target acquired.
I think I see him. Wait for my mark. Target acquired.
Yes.
Now, a bit of a slightly different target acquired this week because none of us were aiming at anybody. Then we're never aiming at anybody, but you know
No,
what I mean.
I know
None
exactly
of us
what you
actually
mean.
like tried to take anyone out.
No.
But whilst we was at the tournament,
Ooh.
there was a team that was a card that was playing 2 holes in front of me
Okay.
on the second card, and they said that one of the cards, and I could only imagine it was your card, Lee,
What?
had nearly hit them 3 separate times and hadn't bothered to apologise.
No, it definitely wasn't me because I.
So it probably was you.
No. I apologised on one hole because I ended up throwing shank.
No. It wasn't me. I apologise.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I know exactly what it was though because I ended up playing my own hole on at Gillies. It was hilarious because the fact was I threw from one hole, completely shanked it, and ended up on another fairway. I apologised to the guy saying sorry, I didn't mean to. And then I know Andy looked at me because I know Andy would remember this, and Andy was like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna throw down there because I'm not going to go back. I'm going to play on the other fairway, which parallels the hole, and just went down there. So I threw nowhere near anyone super, super close. I'd laugh if it was me by accident, but I don't think it was because I
Brilliant. I didn't know that you nearly shanked somebody in the tournament.
I didn't. I could definitely say, I would say I probably had 6 or 7 late releases where most of them hit trees and I was fine. One didn't, and I had to yell 4.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But you apologise. We know it's not
I
you.
did apologise.
Yeah, my point was going to be that, you know, we have fun and games with target acquired. We never actually intend to hit anybody.
Yeah.
You're a nightmare.
I am.
The fun and games are the talking about it. It's
Yeah.
never an intention. It's one of them little silly accidents that happen. But the fun and games part is the laughing at Lee after he's nearly killed someone,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's
Um,
generally this whole segment.
or reenacting that noise that dog made when damn it.
Look, the
Oh.
dog ran into the disc.
That was an also insane moment.
That was an insane moment, but that dog definitely ran into the disc.
Sure.
Little bastard.
Little bastard.
But yeah, I always apologise. Like, accidents happen.
Yeah.
But go and apologise. Go and speak to people.
100%.
I don't think I've ever seen you nearly hit someone and not go and apologise.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's common courtesy. You need to.
and most
You
of the
really need to.
Most of the time, they laugh at us.
Yeah.
I love oldies. They go, "Oh, you nearly got me." You think, "Oh, that would have killed you."
Like, it's on one of our videos. I'm trying to remember which one it was, and I literally stopped throwing because a kid comes on with a bike. Can you remember? I forget what video it is. It's like one of our videos, and then she yells, "Don't worry, you get points if you hit him."
That
And I'm just
happens
like,
way more often.
way more
Yeah.
often than you think. Like, so many people are just like, "Oh yeah, it's
Or,
fine." You
or
go
when
for
you
it.
actually hit the kid and the guy told you got extra points.
I haven't thrown that destroyer since. That destroyer is like the shark from Jaws. It goes for people. I don't know why.
Oh, mate.
That's all I'm saying.
Apologise.
Yeah, it's never too late to apologise. It's too late.
I
Never.
was going to say, I knew one of us would break into song.
Yeah,
I really
Um,
thought about it. I really held back.
you held back.
What's your best hole?
Very personal question.
Oh, you see what? I'm not repeating it, but you see what Richard's put in the chat?
I was going to say.
Yeah. You need to look at it. I'll answer while you guys are gonna laugh at what that is. It's the one by the railway track.
9.
9.
Yeah.
I really like 9. There we go.
I was good. That's what
Ole.
I was going to make the personal question joke in the chat, and then thought, no, save that one. That's gold.
Save that one. Let's go. Yeah. I think 9 because over the years we've played disc golf, to get, a big number on that hole was kind of demoralizing a little bit because you knew I don't have the arm speed, I don't have, the power to get there. And now where we're playing and we're either parring it or bogeying it or even having birdie looks at it, it's kind of like, oh, that's really cool. And like I'm grateful when I'm like, I've parred that. That's amazing. I've done well. I always liked it, even though it is, if you shank it left, you are having fun going down a vertical hill to retrieve your discs. But it's just very iconic because I just like the trees, and it's just like it does basically give you the first inkling of like if you've ever want to try taking disc golf, because obviously Bedworth, I would say, is quite an open course. That hole is open, but it is also quite tight because it's got a bit of a tunnel. So yeah, I really like that hole.
Well, apart from his joke, which is hilarious, Richard's put hole 8.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like hole 8. I don't like hole 8 for the same reasons that I love hole 8.
Okay, it's just because of the Ben rule.
It's because
The
of
rule.
I was hoping it's like, it's a rule, Lee. I know what you mean.
It's the rule.
I know it's the rule, but we weren't reading the rules when we were playing for a while.
Every Mando that we've played that appears at a distance has a drop zone, apart from this one.
Yes.
And even if you make the Mando, you've got a corridor of trees to get through.
Yes.
But you've got a good, 50, 60 metres before you get to them trees. So you got to throw it. You got to have a 80 metre straight shot, really. That's probably about 70, ain't it? So yeah, you've probably got nearly 70 metre straight shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, good hole. But you can think either way about it. It's a good hole when you make the Mando. It's
Yeah.
a shit hole when you don't.
Yeah. I feel like for us, it was as soon as we started realising it was Mando, you have to re-tee. We either had those rounds where we're playing well, so we're going to lay up, and then there was sometimes when we've gone, it was like we're going to risk it and try it. Rich is, I think, the only one I would personally say who just goes for it anyway, doesn't care about laying up. He's the only guy I would say consistently out of all of us is like, I'm just going to throw for it. I don't care about like we're going to stop short to then go through.
Yeah.
Rich is always, I'm going to give it the beans and go for it.
Depends on how I'm doing on the card before I get there.
That's exactly it, isn't it? If you started pretty well, you're like, don't want to do it. I'm not
I
so
see
sure.
on the opposite. If I started quite well,
Yeah.
I'll risk it for a biscuit.
Okay,
But if
all
I'm,
right.
if I'm doing shit, I'm like, no, I need to get points back, not lose them.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we can comfortably par that hole. Birdieing it is, I would say I would risk it for a biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. because that's when you kind of go like, I'm going to throw this, and if I throw it wrong, I know I'm going to get basket high, but I need to get it through those 2 trees. Because I think all of us can throw it that distance comfortably, but the problem is accuracy is not our friend sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Going from another hole that's open into...
stop laughing, you.
That's go from another open hole that closes up. Yeah, hole 6, my favourite.
Hole 6.
So you start on one side of the path.
Oh,
You have to be...
6.
Yeah, mate, I like 6.
Ugh.
6 has got some different angles you can play
It's
at.
true, but
A giant bunker you need to avoid. You can
Mm.
either choose to go straight down what you would consider the fairway, or bang into the middle of a wooded area. It's so unique.
You know what? I do like 6, but I feel like the gap that you need to get, and when you hit it, and I've only hit it a few times, and you get it perfect, you're like, amazing. When
Well,
you
I hit it perfect almost every time.
yeah,
so.
it's like so funny because it's that's a do or die hole for a lot of us, because it's like, cool, I threw that perfectly and it hit a tree. Oh, I threw it perfectly and it hit a bush.
If I don't par 6, pars are really hard, but 6 is a really hard birdie.
No, it is you need to get like a perfect drive and the wind behind you
Yeah.
to get it up there.
But if I don't par 6, pisses me off.
Does it really?
Yeah, actually winds me up.
Wow.
I have to grit my teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye on that. So I'm going to play some mental games with Dan next time we go down. Like, you got to par this one, bro. Otherwise, you're going to... your feng shui's gone.
Well,
your mojo's gone.
Thankfully, we're not down. It's not a training course every week
it's
now.
not
So
yeah, it's true.
I'd imagine that I won't give a shit what I did on any of the holes next time we go down, because
It's
it'd be a trip down memory lane.
It will
We'll
be.
see.
We'll see.
Mind Games Middleton has gained some information.
He has. Ben loves a bit of mind games. He loves it.
So what's your favourite hole, Ben?
I'm really struggling to not make a joke. So either 2, 3, depending on what you want to call it,
Yeah.
or 7 to 8.
Ooh, 7 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do love 7 to 8.
That is a good hole.
The reason I like both of those holes, great roll opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 3, depending on which one you want to call it, is that roll that I've been figuring out as we've now stopped playing the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you hit the hill right, you can get some distance
can
off
literally
right
go,
under
go,
the
go.
basket, yeah.
Yeah.
And 7 to 8 is that after the drive, rather than trying to hit the trees, you just roll straight through up under the basket.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it's a Mando as well. So.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
That's a good... To be honest, Bedworth has a fair few good holes.
Oh, Bedworth has, I'd
Fantastic
say,
holes.
all their holes,
Hmm?
all their holes are very no, I mean, all their holes are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hats off to the Sunrise boys, especially with some of the baskets coming out. Obviously, we've had to change in the last couple of months of it. And yeah, I really like how they've done that layout. It works really well. Obviously, we missed the old holes, don't get me wrong. Like throwing off the hill, I missed that one. That was fun.
Yeah. Old holes are tight.
Yeah. How many hole jokes have we got?
Oh, so many.
So many.
Beginner tip
Yes.
from holes to tips.
Okay.
Nice.
From holes to beginner tips.
To tips.
So what's the beginner tip today?
So something I was thinking about recently. Do you know I said to you about the fact that I watched a video that was like all the Swedes have invented a new putting technique based on
Yes.
horseshoes, and I was like,
Yep.
this is the only way I put.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
But-
Yeah.
Do you know?
Oh yeah, you don't watch YouTube disc golf, so there's
You know
some
what
mad
horseshoes
things.
is, don't you?
You know what horseshoes is,
Yeah.
though.
So
Yeah.
there's a technique in horseshoes that when you throw the horseshoe, your back foot will essentially kicks up behind your solid foot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the way I put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a YouTube video claiming that the Swedes are just inventing a new way to put. And when I was watching, I was like,
Did you invent it?
Yeah, did
Does that mean did you invent
yeah,
it?
did I invent
I think
the
there's
put?
too many people in the world to say they've invented something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it was already around, if somebody was doing it before the Swedes have invented it, then the Swedes haven't invented it, have they?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I must have picked it up from somewhere. Like, I think there's like...
Yeah, the amount of
Suddenly
content
start-
Dan and me consume on a regular basis, we probably pick something up from someone.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, you invented it.
Yeah, I definitely invented a putt. But try different putting techniques. So
Yes.
I remember when I first started, the straddle putt
Yeah.
was the only way I was putting.
Okay.
And I wasn't very successful at it.
Right.
And then I realised some things I was doing wrong and I wanted to put from the hip. But then I just started putting comfortably.
Yes.
And now I very rarely take that 90-degree stance onto the basket.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I know what you mean.
So try lots of different putting techniques.
Knife put.
Yeah, the knife put,
Knife putt.
basketball put.
The
Pie face putt.
Yeah, the turbo putt, which I've seen people do, which that old gentleman does.
Whole
which is
bag
mad.
put.
Yeah, the whole bag.
The whole bag putt, famous by you.
Classic.
Classic.
I invented that.
I
That
love
nearly
that
made
one.
it into my list of best moments, but didn't.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's an honourable mention though.
yeah,
it's definitely an honourable mention.
mention.
Love a
Definitely.
whole bag put.
When
Yeah.
Ben got so frustrated that he just threw his whole bag into the basket.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna make this putt. It just literally.
It's a good job it's not best moments at Quarry Park because I'm afraid me bollocking that berg might make it into the list.
The bollocking of the Berg is an icon.
Again,
Iconic
that nearly
moment.
made it into the list because for some reason I had in my head that was Bedworth.
No,
and
it was
then
definitely
wasn't until I
Quarry.
went, no, it
No,
was
it's
Quarry
Quarry.
short course,
It was
weren't
definitely Quarry
No,
short.
it was long course.
Was it long course?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just going wrong over and over again, and then it landed, and I just absolutely kicked the shit out of it.
I've never seen Ben lose his but the Berg and us on that day saw Ben lose his on that day.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was definitely a funny
but
moment
yeah.
for night at the time.
Keep trying different putting stances.
Yeah, I've
As
messed
long
around
as-
with it.
As long as they're
multiple times.
legal, figure
Yeah.
out how you're comfortable putting, and don't let someone come along and say to you, "Oh, you know, why don't you try doing this?" Try it, but if you're more comfortable putting your way and you're not breaking the rules, put that way.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I feel like recently, especially at Quarry at the tournament, there was a lot of different ways I saw people throwing their discs and they were getting a lot of distance and a lot of accuracy, and I was like, that's different. And you're making it work, that's awesome. But like I never would ever go like, you're throwing it wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that. Like I'd never want to critique anyone. I feel like it's down to your time in the lab. Like look how Gannonberg puts, where he puts literally from his hip. He goes from the hip to then extend out.
Yeah,
Like literally almost like
Who cares how anyone else puts?
Yeah.
If you can throw a disc in a basket,
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
sound as a
like-
pound.
Do it that way.
Do
yeah,
it that way.
Maybe try something different if you feel like it's going to help. If not, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Get
If
them
you-
in the basket.
If you're comfortable, be comfortable.
it's true.
So your number one moment.
Okay.
We go with Richard Boaston again. 'Cause
Yes.
it is all his
Oh,
skill.
I'm so good at disc golf.
His biggest birdie with his Firebird, 58
Yeah.
meters on hole 15.
That
Yeah,
was
the same. It was the massive drive, then the massive birdie, wasn't it? I think.
yeah, it was insane.
I can
Yeah.
throw the disc really far.
That's definitely
Because no one even realised. Well, he wasn't putting. Let's face
No,
it.
he was
Like,
Showing off is what he was doing.
it was impressive.
but yeah,
it was mad.
no one was expecting that to go in. And it was
But
like,
then when it went in, we all were going crazy, and then other people were just like, "What the f is going on?" Like I remember there was a lot of people walking.
Took me
around.
about 6 shots to get there that day.
Just got there in 2.
mate,
Yeah, that was a good moment.
go on, Lee. What's your favourite moment?
I've got 2, but I would say for sentimental reasons, I feel like it's probably this one. I'm probably going to say it's my first birdie there. Like for a very long time, I was parring and bogeying, and then when I eventually got a birdie, I was like, "That's my first birdie," and it was on that course. I can very happily say my first ever birdie at disc golf was at Bedworth when the full course was there, not like what
Yeah.
it is now. I would say my first ever birdie was there. It's a really good moment because you always remember your first things. I remember my first ace. I remember my first birdie.
First hole.
I remember the first hole for how many times we always tried to kill people on that hole with driving. But Doesn't work on a podcast, but you're like, I was waiting for.
Ben is so proud of that joke.
He is.
You all laughed.
It's true. We all did laugh. But yeah, my first birdie, I would say.
Go on then, Ben, your favourite moment.
Right, so
We
my
should
favourite
I
moments
should know what it is.
have been pretty good. And I'm quite ashamed of myself that I couldn't think of a good, funny moment for my third moment and had to boast like you guys. Not
Oh,
you.
I'm not boasting.
Not you.
Yeah, because
But this moment will never, ever go away. If I could, it would have been my top 3 moments.
know what's coming.
We were playing, what's the hole? 16B?
16B.
Something like that.
16B.
16B. So it's got a path running along the right hand side, and beyond that's out of bounds. And then you got some trees. Well, you had some trees. I don't think they're there anymore.
No,
got
they're
dropped
not.
Down.
No,
And
Yeah.
the basket's not there anyway, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the basket was beyond the tree. So quite a few people would play out to the right and
Yeah.
come back in.
Yes.
A lot of us stopped trying that because we mainly ended out of bounds. But Lee was pretty sure he'd get back in.
The Raptor did it most of the time. But I threw a different disc this day.
Well, look, you got back in that day.
I did.
That wasn't the problem.
No.
The problem was nearly hitting a woman that couldn't see.
Yeah, I
You
almost
nearly. It was so close, and this woman did not have a clue.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost.
I don't know what would have happened if you'd have hit that woman.
I generally don't
No.
know either.
Because I would not have not laughed.
Because-
I would have. I had to lie down and put my arm in my mouth to not make any noise when you nearly hit her.
Well, there was two emotions, weren't there? 'Cause there was this one moment, the moment you let go of the disc, all me, you, and Richard just kind of looked at each other as in, what the f*** is he doing? And then it went to laughter.
I ran up the field and then lied down because I was like, I'm going to laugh. I do not want to be seen laughing at this.
Yeah. I'm not going to. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not
It could have been so bad.
It wasn't like we found out afterwards she was blind either.
No.
Lee was the only person
You could
that didn't
see the
notice
glasses
this
and the
stick.
I couldn't see the glasses or the stick. That's me being honest.
Not them people with the special chairs. Lee.
Did we not say?
Oh god, that's another highlight moment.
Did we not say?
They brought the special chairs from home.
Lee, no, look closely. I'm like, oh god, I'm
No.
a terrible person.
Oh God!
The worst thing was there was a group of people in camping
Special chairs.
That's it. There was a group. There was literally because where it is, there's a bike path with the BMXs and whatever, and there was people there with picnic chairs. And then I was like, they bought their special chairs. And then literally everyone started laughing. Goes, no, they didn't, Lee. And I looked close, and then I was like, I'm a terrible person. I'm literally the worst person in the world.
Not only wanted to kill the blind person, now I'm taking the piss out of the paraplegic.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
It was so bad.
God!
Yeah.
Special chairs.
Special chairs.
Did we not say she's blind the minute
Yeah,
you let
yeah.
go of it?
I
You
mean, then before
literally-
we let go of it.
But I didn't hear this. This is the thing.
I was waiting for him to throw it before I said it.
I threw it because I was like, this is not going to get there. And this is probably week 3 of me owning the Mamba. And I was like, I'm cranking this and I'm getting a lot of distance. And as soon as I let it go, you then go like, you're going to hit someone. And then I'm like, what do you mean? And then I see it and I'm like, 4. And then everyone starts laughing. I don't understand why. And then she stands up. And then I see... No, she wasn't. She was sitting
She was
down.
walking
she was
towards
Was
us.
she walking?
yes, with her stick
With
and
a
glasses. And a helper.
Oh my God.
Who could have been a partner?
It could have been a part of that.
And also, yeah, he didn't help the situation when I went
I'm
over to
hoping
our
he was
pod.
a carer when he turned around and went, well, she wouldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah, literally, I was apologising, obviously, as I always do if I always hit someone or I do hit someone. And then he literally was like, don't worry, she never seen it coming. I had to bite my lip at that joke because I'm like, I think he's joking. But also the fact is, this is DX plastic by Innova as well. That could have kung laoed someone.
It would have been bad.
It would have been
Whatever you were
really bad.
Because she wouldn't have put her hands up to block it or anything, Lee. She would
Exactly.
have just took a disc to the face.
Thank you. Yeah,
Mate, nothing like getting disc slapped.
looking...
It would have been horrendous.
It would have been. I would have probably... Yeah, I would have felt... Yeah.
So, because I didn't know if any of you would pick some of my other choices.
Okay. Are we
Um,
doing honourable mentions before we move on then?
No, I'm going to have a number one. Then we got
Okay.
then we'll have some honorable mentions.
Okay.
I've actually got 4. I've got 4
Ooh.
left to talk about.
Okay.
But my favourite of them 4
Okay.
is by far the time that me and Ben went to play Glow Golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Was
was,
this brick tree?
yeah.
Yes.
And Ben's just got stuck up a tree. We didn't have a retriever at the time. And
Or know where the disc was.
yeah, well,
really?
yeah.
We sort of did.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could get getting shines off it off the torch, didn't we? And then 9:30 at night, me and Ben fully
I think it
grown.
was later than that. I think it was like 10:15. We didn't get back
Was
till
it?
11 o'clock.
Oh,
You
so
guys were
so
out there for a long time.
Yeah,
I
so
remember this.
10:15 at night, 2 grown men in a park throwing bricks and big lumps of wood up a tree.
Just directly up a tree.
Trying to get a tree down.
No,
I mean, a disc down even.
But you couldn't see these bricks coming back. Like you just literally
Yeah.
That was
launched
the
them.
best bit. You threw them up and then had to use 6 cents to be like, that's coming down on my head. And it'd be like, whoom. And then you'd be like, oh, missed me. Pick it up and throw it again. Like,
Jeez.
great game.
Great game.
Oh man!
I got that disc back, but not that day.
Oh, I thought we got it back that day in the end.
Or maybe we did.
Yeah, I'm sure we did, and then decided to call it a night.
Yeah, we were going to play some more holes, and then we did get it back, didn't we? And then we were
Yeah.
like, let's just go.
Yeah,
That was fun.
that
Fair.
was fun. But 2 grown men throwing a brick up a tree, middle of the night.
To get this.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
game.
Brilliant.
Yeah, fully recommend it.
All right, honourable mentions then. Should we do a quick fire honourable mentions?
Just we'll go to honourable mentions because I just mentioned that we're 2 grown men.
Okay.
One of the weirdest parts of playing disc golf. This had a Bedworth moment.
Okay.
Right? So, my phone had broken, and Ben was going to lend me a phone,
Right.
and we agreed that I'd go and meet him in the park, throw some discs,
Right.
and he'd give me the phone he was going to lend me.
Okay.
So, as a grown-ass man,
Yeah.
a 40-year-old man, I knock on my best mate's door, and his missus comes out and goes, "Oh, he's playing over the park if you want to go over to him."
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
I was already there, just playing on my own.
Just playing in the park.
It's already gone.
But it's just the way she opened the door. She obviously didn't intend to speak to me like I was a child. She
No.
was giving me the information that I needed to know. But literally. And of course, Ben lives on the road I grew up on as well. So that made it like equally as worse. I was going to the park that I went to as a kid, and it was like, "Oh, Ben's already over the park if you want to go and join him."
It's true. It's brilliant.
Flashback.
I remember when you told us this. It's pretty funny. So yeah.
But yeah, let's give us some honourable mentions.
Couple of weeks. I think was it the last time we played Bedworth, or the second to last, where we there was a woman and a younger woman talking for ages, and we kept laughing because it was like we fitted in 2 rounds of disc golf with while they were still talking, and my sensei landed right near them, and then I made a
I was going
mega
to say,
putt.
you nearly at them as well.
Yeah,
Lee.
I nearly did as well. Yeah, and then. Yeah, and then I made that ridiculous long putt. It was literally, I would say it was almost as close as your longest putt on hole number 2, Ben.
Mate, I've had a few long puts on
Yeah.
there. We're gonna play the long puts game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you've had a
it
few.
was very
You've had a
good.
few on number 2, especially.
Yeah.
You've had a few
Two,
around the course,
number
but you've had a
9.
good. The one for me was it just me and you when
Number
you
9, maybe.
no on hole 2
The
when-
sensei from all the way
from
by the
behind
fence.
the tree by the fence, mate. That was a
banger.
yeah, it was.
Nice.
We've met some random people around Bedworth.
We have met some random people. We have met a lot of interesting
Do you
people.
remember the woman that started telling us she'd recently got divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Susan the dog.
Susan the dog.
Susan.
Susan.
Susan! Such a lovely dog. Susan the dog. Yeah, the woman who got divorced. That was very openly, and then all of you guys making fun of me for it.
Yeah, because like you're the only one who had any business talking to her, and you wouldn't go over there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like the old guy that came and basically quizzed me for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The time there was about 50 police in the park.
That was a really mad situation.
Especially when the police told us why they were in the park.
Yeah.
Why were they in the park again?
Because they was looking for an old man, 2 children that were carrying a laptop.
Yeah, that was a mad situation because it was literally we must have been stopped probably 3 or 4 times by different officers that day.
Oh yeah,
It was mad.
that was mad.
That was really mad.
One of my other honourable mentions,
Okay.
and this was very close to being my number one,
Oh, okay.
the glitch in the Matrix.
Oh,
Again, it was just me in bed. A lot of it happened when it was just me and you. But the time that you
Is this
threw
the disc?
this that you threw in a completely
Into
different
the tree, and it disappeared for like 15 minutes minimum.
Oh yeah, minimum.
And we're just like, it's gone. We literally looked everywhere.
really?
Yeah, and it weren't like
Hole 6,
Yeah,
literally
the tree was-
everywhere.
the tree was bare as well. Like you could see directly into it. We
And-
went absolutely. We knew exactly what tree it went into.
Yeah.
Well, we thought,
No, we
Yeah.
knew.
but we
Like-
checked everywhere, is what I mean. We got so convinced that it didn't go in that tree.
We checked. Yeah, checked
checked
everywhere else.
Everywhere.
And then some multi-dimensional bullshit happened.
And it was just landed on the ground, just on the ground next to
We
me.
literally, the moment we went, well, you know what? We're not going to find it, are we?
It
We-
dropped,
it
didn't
just
it?
dropped out of nowhere and has
That's-
landed on the ground.
It's just literally like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It was legitimately mental, like, because it did just go.
One thing we need to mention, because you don't know this, our last time going around Bedworth, Rich found the Firebird.
That he's been looking for every week since
You know,
he lost it.
Ever since he
Which
lost it,
Firebird?
The one
the
he
yellow
threw
one.
in the backwoods of 6. No,
The
the
one
one
that I gave him.
he, the one that,
Yeah.
he's doodling all
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
So
Well,
he
I
threw
get
it,
it.
and it disappeared into the trees. Every time we've played, ever since he's lost that disc, he went in there for about 5 minutes looking up, couldn't find it. Last time we go, like, this is the last time we're going to be here for a while. And then, boom, he's like, I found it.
It's so high up a tree.
It was
he's
insane.
had to climb up the tree and then use his retriever full extend.
Retriever, full extend. Rich, up a tree as well. And Rich is a tall guy. Literally, I was like, don't kill yourself for a Firebird, please.
No.
No, but yeah, that's an honourable mention because that was mad when he was like, I found it. We just literally out of nowhere, he just yells, and then the next minute, all we see is like, "Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun," and he's like parkouring up a tree.
See, one I thought you was going to do,
Go
because
on.
I remember how much you laughed at it at the time, spin driving.
Spin driving was great, mainly because you just kept falling on your arse.
Is this just the whole run? Yeah, okay. I get
Yeah,
you.
we just span round. We watched that kid do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we were,
Every single time, Dan was like, whoa, 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 whoa. He'd get like
Down I
3/4 of the way round and be on his arse.
Amazing.
Like,
I've got balance issues.
but it was funny, right?
The guy with balancing issues, we're going to do some spin drives. Like, yeah. Brilliant.
No, spin driving was funny.
Maybe we need to bring it. We should, when we do the Wheel of Doom, we for your picking your discs, how you should throw it, left-handed, right-handed, etc. We should do a spin throw. Then we should add that to the
some
thing.
spin driving.
Spin driving. Yes. Okay. So then honourable mentions. Then
Well, I've got another one.
you got another
I've
one.
got loads.
Oh no, we had too many
Actually,
fun memories.
Yeah, this is actually like made me a bit sad, like writing down on my memories from Bedworth.
There's always memories to be made at Bedworth, but we've had so many good memories.
So, down the side of hole 9,
Yes.
there is a crevice.
Yeah.
And you can get down it, you can get up it. It's difficult, but you can get down it, get up it. We eventually learned
yes.
that you're better off going down hole 4 and walking down.
Yep.
Now, there's several memories from this. The first time that me and Ben ever went down it, and that was a bit of a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when I lost a disc down there. I'd taken a kid from work, we'd played around, and I'd lost a disc down there.
Yep.
Obviously, I have to get him back within a certain time.
Yep.
So I take him home. On my way back home, I call back into Bedworth. I go down there, and I not only find my disc, I find about 4 other discs at the same time with no names in. I'm like, jackpot.
Bonus.
But my favourite time is the time that Richard threw it. Had Richard thrown a disc over, or would he go down for your river? No, he threw the river on the train
No,
tracks.
Yeah.
he bombed it.
And so we took the abseiling rope down,
Yes.
which was a tow rope from the car.
Yeah.
And this is at the back of 9.
And the back
And
of
the
9.
back of 9's more of a sheer drop.
Oh,
than a
it's-
Oh,
crest.
this was me, weren't it?
Yeah, it was. It's
Yeah.
basically, if you
You
ever seen
guys
the
being
movie
like-
Cliffhanger, that's what it looks
Oh,
like.
we've run out of rope.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Lee won't even get over the fence.
I was like, I'm
Me and
getting
Richard's
those
trying to be
discs.
sensible, and then all of a sudden Ben's on his backside, just scooting down
Yep.
what is close to being a vertical drop.
It was. I was the anchor for the rope. I just wrapped it around me, and I was like, "Guys, if you're not gonna go, you're gonna pull me down." And I just used the fences. I was the buoyance. I was the rock, effectively.
But mate, yeah, going down them crevices and
You using bloody discs as like ice pick like axes
get back
climb up like,
It worked.
It did work. It was the funniest thing ever because you're like, it was great. Too many fun memories.
yeah.
Right.
Mate, you remember when hole 18 would get overgrown with them weird plant things, and you genuinely feel like you was in the jungle?
Yeah.
Do you remember when hole 15 was on fire?
Oh yeah.
The ground was just smouldering, and you're like, don't land there.
Yeah.
Because if you land there, you've got like 3 seconds to get down there before your disc's not a disc.
Yeah, they did some bonfire night, hadn't they?
They
just
did,
like this smouldering pile of ash.
I literally love the fact of they had bonfire night there, and it was like for ages. But like we gone literally 2 days after, or the night after, or whatever, and it was still smouldering. It was insane.
Or when the Christmas fair was there and they pulled all the lorries and stuff in, we still just played round.
We played round them and over them. Yep, that was hilarious. Oh my gosh, throwing over all those fun rides was hilarious.
The bit with the alarmed fence as well.
Yeah. So many memories.
But yeah, we're gonna miss Bedworth.
We are. Oh. But
I do encourage you to go back and watch
Yeah.
listen, do whatever you want with it.
we'll
but
definitely go back and do some stuff.
what it
Like
is,
we
I
are.
appreciate if the listeners go back and listen to our last cast if they haven't heard it already to get all the in-depth news.
Yes.
But the reason that we're leaving is because we're building our own course.
Yes, we have literally started building.
By the end of this weekend,
Yeah.
hopefully, we'll be able to say that there's 3 holes in place.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so excited.
And 3 holes seems to be the perfect number for me.
More than enough.
I realise when
I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, I suppose you have.
So no, we went down there for the first time to as a group, because as a collective, we've all gone down our own. They've gone down there and done things, but like Sunday, we went there and we started. I would say main work on hole 2, which was eye-opening and fun. And wow, yeah, I have a whole new respect for designing, because literally we said this is what it's going to look like, and then after literally I would say 45 minutes of work, what we had visioned, I was like, I can see it now. I can see what we're trying to do.
You wait till Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about Friday. I am. I'm well excited.
Chainsaw time.
Well, I've also got the Staff of Gondor in
mate.
the mate. I'm going to show you it, Ben. It's a game changer. I'm excited to go for that thorn bush. Like literally go straight to that thing and just make it my bitch. That's my plan. It's exciting, like for us.
Expect to hear more about it because we're not really doing anything else other than building a course and playing a few holes. So.
Yeah, 100%, and pretty much like filming the odd bit of content here and there and trying to put it on our YouTube channel. But a lot of it is our free time is now taken up by our course.
But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening.
Yeah, it is that time where we say goodbye, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this cast.
Good night, moon.
Good night. Love it. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, watch all our other content. Get us to like 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be amazing. If you're listening to Podbean, thank you very much for downloading as always and following us on there. Yeah, we'll see you in the not too distant future for more Discheads content. And yeah, you'll hopefully hear more about our adventures making our own course. So yeah, take it easy. Bye.